It's nearly 10 o'clock at night. The Bosphorus Express starts from the Circasi station in Istanbul, a Turkish railway terminal in the European part of the city. The station is now full of travelers and people. But this station is also where the famous Orient Express in the 19th century stopped after the voyage from Paris. It is an East-type station near Seraglio Point under the walls of Topkapi next to an area where the Byzantines built their capital and the Galata Bridge. Its construction dates back to the Crimean War, when the Ottoman authorities became aware of the importance of a railway line connecting Europe and Istanbul. The Bosphorus Express, in its first stop at the Alpulu station, during its trip to Romania, picked up 2 Turkish special police officers. They are on board for a formal inspection, but oddly discovered a Bulgarian logo. But they do not know the Bulgarian language and therefore the content of the logo. They only reported to their headquarters on the event. The Bosphorus Express, however, continued its journey to Edirne, a city on the border of Bulgaria with Turkey and close to Greece. Edirne is famous for its number of mosques, domes, and the highest minarets in Turkey. Meanwhile, the headquarters signal caused a lot of controversy after Turkish analysts decoded the logo. They were surprised to learn that it was the name of a former terrorist organization, the Internal Thracian Revolutionary Organization. The organization was active in western Thrace and southern Bulgaria between 1922 and 1934 and later disappeared. Now it raises alarming questions primarily on its reactivation. It signaled a general alarm. This time, they decided to send a reinforced team onto the train to get more information. It was an urgently needed move to Edirne, the next stop of the Bosphorus Express. It was not long before they discovered a radiation signal in the same train bed on the floor and, of course, they reported it. The news is released right away. The radioactive or nuclear traces in a potential terrorist attack is the first suspicion pointing towards an attack in Bulgaria. Their first step is to activate the Balkan Radiation Early Warning System, an early warning system developed by the National School of Public Health in Greece. Under the supervision of a professor of health systems dynamics, was developed especially for the troubled and almost always conflicting environment in the Balkans. The big powers come into the picture, with the United Nations, NATO, and the World Health Organization and also the International Atomic Energy Agency being the first to activate. The possible existence of ITRO members inside the Bosphorus Express is high. This possibility forced international security services to intercept and analyze all electronic signals to and from the train via satellite. The possibility of hidden nuclear or terrorist electronic messaging is high. The express entered the Gorna Oryahovitsa station in northern Bulgaria, situated in the province of Veliko Tarnovo. Even though the station employees were instructed to stop the train, it was surprising to see one of their own employees ordering the train to continue. However, they were not aware that this employee was a member of the ITRO. As for the various state authorities, they decide to implement the Balkan Incident Management System, BIMS, in order to work together with other Balkan groups in the impending disaster. Under this system, special groups such as the police, firefighters, and military units work with other groups of doctors, nuclear scientists, chemists, pharmacists, paramedics, and others. The Alliance's Balkan Anti-Terrorist Response Team has been mobilized. NATO anti-terrorism unit personnel have already left Brussels airport and are approaching. But the train also approaches Ruse, the border town with Romania, and heads for the river bridge, where as soon as it arrives above it explodes. The explosion is massive with the train set on fire and falling into the river. The NATO nuclear/radiology unit, arrived on time, was ordered to land near the river at the Bulgarian-Romanian border. The unit brought an amphibious special robotic vehicle NRCB with special sensors for radiation detection with 4 persons: the commander, the driver, and 2 pilots. It heads for the river.